Hello, everyone. Hi, Brownsville and AOBE members. We are here live today again from the public library on Central Boulevard. We went live from here last week as well. Talked to a few people in regards to their feelings about coming out for early voting and stuff. So we wanted to come out here again, see if we talk to a few people, see how things are going. And today we have one of our guests here, and we have Mr. Giovanni from Raise Your Hand, Texas. I'm so sorry. I have too many different names here. So Giovanni, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yes, of course. Like you said, my name is Giovanni Escobedo, and I am the South Texas Regional Director for Raise Your Hand Texas. And so that means that anything inside of San Antonio, I work with a lot of educators around the region in South Texas to encourage them to become more active in the legislative process with their elected officials during the legislative session, but after that. We like to say that our role within Raise Your Hand Texas is just to connect people. And we like to connect educators and students and parents to the people who make the decisions that matter for their education and their lives. So hopefully we can serve as that bridge between them and the elected officials.
Awesome. Okay. And we do appreciate everything that you guys do. And you were with us at one of our events where we were aiming to try to register more people to vote before the cutoff date. And I believe at that event, you had a few people that went out there and helped us, and we ended up with around 37 registered voters on that event. So that was amazing. Besides the previous one, the week before, where we had a good 27 or something like that. So that was awesome. It was a very good turnout. So we thank you for everything that you do, for educating the people and engaging them and showing them and reminding them the importance of getting out to vote and taking action. So, and then of course also your support of the public school system. So that is very important, and that is something that we both have in common as far as our association. So we thank you for making time to be with us here today. And so first of all, I do want to apologize if we have any technical difficulty. We are trying to, how technology is and the internet nowadays. Everybody's fighting for some of that Wi-Fi out there. So we're trying to do our best with that. Now we have today also with us Ms. Micaela Escobar, which is the Vice President of the Association of Brownsville Educators. How are you doing, Micaela?
Hi, everybody. I'm very excited. We're halfway done, I can say. We just need one more week, and then, of course, November the 3rd. I want to reiterate that it's very important that we all go out and vote. Our vote is our voice, and more than ever, we have to stand up together in solidarity and tell people that our safety is very important. But, Giovanni, I wanted to ask you if you could share your story about how Raise Your Hand Texas came about. I really love when you say it. So could you share it with our public audience, please?
Yes, of course. So Raise Your Hand Texas is an organization funded by Charles Butt, who is the owner and CEO of HEB. So Mr. Butt, his mom was a public education teacher. And when she married into the Butt family, she didn't have the need to work as a teacher anymore. But for her, education was the passion, and she gathered the kids in her community school program to continue that her passion was teaching. And so for her to continue doing that, she took it to the school program in her community. And I think that throughout her life, she instilled the values of public education in all her children and her family. So Mr. Butt, that's why he's so passionate about education. So he decided how to use his money and the profits of HEV he decided to put it in public education. So that's how Raise Your Head Texas came to be. Previously, our organization focused heavily in the legislative session in policy. So we were funded in 2006, and from the beginning, our focus was just policy to see how we could have policies at the state level that would support educators, teachers, and students. Throughout the years, we've changed a little bit, but our main focus still remains 5.4 million students in public education.
That's great. I'm so sorry. It freezes up a little bit. So that's amazing. That is so good to hear on that. So also, I did want to mention that today, Miss Veronica Borrego is not with us today, but it is because good news. She is getting recognized, or the association is getting recognized, AOBE, at the national level. So she is participating on a virtual conference right now where she's getting recognized for being the new president of AOBE and the accomplishments that we have been doing here at the association at the local level. So for all the involvement, for all the activities going on. So she was asked to present on that. So with that, she was not able to be with us here today, but congratulations, Veronica. And of course, everybody in AOBE for their involvement in making this association the great association and active association that it is here in Brownsville ISD. So yay, AOBE and Veronica. So that was amazing recognition. Okay, so Giovanni, can you tell us a little bit on as far as what have you seen in this area with the number of voters in this election?
Well, I think that, Brownsville is one of the school districts that Raise Your Hand Texas loves. Actually, one of our most successful stories comes from Brownsville. So we wanted to focus on raising voters all around the area, and we also wanted to encourage educators to come out and vote. So we are very happy to see up to this morning, more than 60,000 people have voted in Brownsville. And we are excited to see that the number keeps growing, right? So we have a week and a half left in that election.
Absolutely. So what is the organization you guys doing to encourage people to come out to vote? I mean, that is amazing numbers. I know we have quite a bit of phone banking going on our part of the association. And we have volunteers that are helping out phone banking. Of course, they're calling on for our endorsed candidates. But, we're all trying to do our part to encourage people to take action and to get involved. So what is your association doing in regards to try to increase the numbers of voters coming out?
I think one of our strategies is to contact the principals at schools to encourage them to let their teachers go vote, right? We know that right now, whether teachers are in person or teachers are virtual, they are busy throughout the day and they need some space in their work period to go vote. So we want principals to facilitate that and to give educators the opportunity to go out and vote. We also want them to remind them to go vote, right? So unfortunately, educators, most of them don't vote in every election. And what we're trying to do is, it doesn't matter what it is, we are always encouraging them to vote in the local elections, to vote in midterm elections, and of course in presidential elections. We want to have educators who are committed and regular voters, because we know that educators, they have the best interest of the community in mind, right? They see
Absolutely.
And we trust educators, so we think that when they go out and vote, they vote for the best interest of the community.
Absolutely, and that's what we've been trying to do as far as educating our members, educating the community, especially about the wonderful candidates that AOBE is endorsing. We held a public forum to inform the public and the membership, as far as, and we gave the opportunity to all the candidates, and our membership had the opportunity to vote and see how they felt, would be the best fit for BISD, and that's how we came out with our endorsed candidates. But we've been giving them a lot of opportunities, sending out information on their behalf and things like that, and reminding them of the importance of taking action right now. So that's something that we're going to continue to push up until November 3rd. And, as tiring as it might be, because this year it's 3 weeks of early voting. Oh, my goodness. And it's taking a toll on the people. And with us right now is one of the candidates, and who has developed a beautiful tan because he has been out at the polls from the beginning, before they open till the very end. So, Giovanni, this is Mr. Erasmo Castro. This is one of our endorsed candidates. He is running in place 5. So, Mr. Castro, thank you for joining us, Erasmo. I think everybody refers to you as Erasmo. So, how are you doing today?
Great day. Started off rainy, but rain. Was it rain, snow, or sun? Was it shine, rain, or something? We're gonna be. Does anyone know what it is? Rain, shine, rain or shine. We're going to be out here. And, one of the things that I tell people, I'm not used to holding the phone in order to record. But one of the things that I tell people is that we're out here cheering people as they're coming out to vote. So one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is that campaigning is done mostly. The reason for us being out here is to encourage individuals. Come on, vote, come out and vote, come on and vote. And let them know that, we are that passionate, that interested in regards to, representing them on that board.
Absolutely. And Erasmo, what have you seen though, as far as, because some people don't want to go because they think, oh, it's going to take so long, la línea, and I don't want to be there forever. I got to go home and do a lot of things. I just got out of work and stuff. So what can you say to the people out there, as far as what the elections department is doing this year to help in this process?
Well, one of the things that people need to know that the whole process is really speedy. You won't take more than 5-10 minutes. The first day, I will say that there was a line at the polls. One of the reasons why we had such a long line here at the Central Library was that people, are creatures of habit, and they are automatically to vote. But we opened several sites here in the city of. All the sites, do have curbside voting, and besides that, we did open a super center here getting out the votes. So,
you cut off, Erasmo. I think you went on mute.
No, I'm back. Yeah, I had
rookie
call and a message and some honking and everything going on at the same time. No, and that's just very, very telling, because there's just so many people out there that are so involved in this campaign that it's a constant. I mean, I have to charge my phone 3 different times. But guys, come out and vote. There's several early voting locations in the city of Brownsville. All of them have curbside voting, and again, we have a super center to vote, and won't take you more than 5-10 minutes to vote.
Awesome. Okay, and so can you tell us a little bit, Erasmo, as far as the people here from Brownsville ISD, your employees, your community members, have they been reaching out to you as far as this process of coming out to vote? Are they keeping you informed? Hey, we didn't get to go today, but we'll go out tomorrow and stuff, as far as, because how hard it is to get people out. Voter suppression is very strong here, in the valley and stuff. So are you seeing an increase, compared to other elections? Because we know you're very involved in elections, and this isn't your first rodeo, as you say. But are you seeing a big difference this year compared to the others?
Oh yes, very much so. The number of individuals that have come out to vote, is amazing. It is a presidential election, and more than anything, it's a President Trump type of presidential election, which is going to cause a lot of individuals to want to come out and vote. That is very, very telling because a lot of the individuals that are coming out to vote are not necessarily on any of the lists. What happens is in normal voting, again, not my first rodeo. What happens in normal voting is you get individuals who are on a list that will get the mail outs, that will get the phone calls. These are the individuals that, fortunately for us, a lot of the other candidates won't be able to reach because they don't have access to them. They don't have access to them in any way, shape, or form. The difference is that I have a platform that I've been building up for years. So I have access to 85% of the people here in the city of Brownsville. And really, right now, with campaigning the way it is, the only game out there is social media. And, I do very, very, very well on social media where I continuously keep individuals informed in regards to the importance of coming out to vote, where to come out and vote, how to come out and vote. I mean, we've been very active in regards to registering individuals to vote, something that both of you all, Ida, Giovanni, have helped out with, and we thank y'all as the city, the community of Brownsville. Thank y'all so much for holding these events, for encouraging people to come out and vote.
Yeah.
But the record-setting numbers here in the city of Brownsville, and we're just very, very excited at the participation, the amount of individuals who want to be part of the process.
Yes. No, definitely, and stuff. So, I mean, we want to continue to try to do as much as we can to inform the people and encourage them and remind them that this is our time for our voices to be heard, and we can't stay silent anymore. So, Micaela, did you have any questions for Ed Osmo? Sorry.
Hi, Erasmo. How are you? Are you ready for November the 3rd? What should we expect as employees of the district from you?
Let me say that I think the whole community is ready for November the 3rd. And we, as members of the community, one of the reasons why we have decided to run against individuals who are part of that corrupt system that we have right now working at the district. I mean, and I say corrupt system because of the ongoing cases that are existing right now. I say the unempathetic individuals that exist in the district because of the. I mean, I'm constantly getting calls from individuals inside the district who are tired, anxiety ridden. They're just tired of, not having a direction. There's no plan. So individuals are just expecting that change, and we're feeling the change. We're feeling the individuals coming out to help us out, hold flags, signs, and everything else. People that have been invested in our campaigns, and who have called us regularly and said, 12 more days, 13 more days, 14 more days. As of right now, it's 12 more days. So November the 3rd, and November the 3rd at 7:30, we'll know the results. And I can almost guarantee that we as a community will be celebrating those results.
Absolutely. Yeah. And being out here, because, I get to stop by sometimes, and my gosh, to see how many people stop by and say hi to you guys and drop off things to you all. You all have like 2 or 3 tables full of food, full of drinks, and different things that they bring out to you all. So that has to be very, very encouraging and refueling to you all, because being out here in the sun is very draining, besides developing a beautiful tan. But I'm sure it gets very tiresome to be out here and
Well,
stuff. So, but you're getting a lot of support, we're seeing from the community.
let me say that I mean, again, the community has been amazing with us all. I mean, I'm not even joking. Food, 30, 45 minutes. We've gotten fruit, we've gotten raspa. I mean, water, we've got water stashed away, and people continuously bring, continue to bring it. Not necessarily feeding the material, but really it the psyche, the inside, soul, our soul, because it tells us, it's very, very telling that people take time out of their day. They share their bounty, and they bring it to us. Just that, just bringing anything. I mean, we've gotten an individual stop by, and I'll share this. An individual came by with day old bread and said, "All I have is day old bread." And I said, "You know what? It is the best. I would take
That's
your
my favorite.
yeah, I will take your day old bread over lobster steak any day of the week." But because it's not the food, it's not the water, it's the sentiment, it's the passion, it's el cansancio. People are just tired of what's been going on in their lives here at the hands of individuals who just don't care, who are indifferent in regards
Just turn off
to
the
the
camera because
angst.
I'm walking. I gotta go to the truck so I don't hear the echo.
Yes, there's a lot of honking going on. And that's true. That's something else we appreciate. We appreciate the individuals that just pass by to honk, to wave, to peace signals. We haven't gotten that many one-fingered peace signals, which is a good thing. But that comes also with the territory. We have to know that a lot of the individuals that are coming out to vote aren't necessarily only coming out to vote for myself or for the endorsed candidate, AOB's endorsed candidates. There are also some of them are coming out to vote for the Legion of Doom. That's what we call them, the Legion of Doom. And it is what it is. But uh, I mean, you have to spend some time out here. Look, right now there's bubbles out there. You have to spend time out here to feel it. To feel the passion in regards to the individuals that are out here participating, the individuals that pass by, the individuals that stop by, the children that come and help. It's just very, very telling, very, very rewarding.
Absolutely, I can imagine. Okay, and there's another one of AOBE's endorsed candidates. That's Mr. Carlos Elizondo, which has also been out there every single day of early voting throughout the entire day, from before opening to the end of the day, and also developing another beautiful tan like Erasmo. Not as nice as Erasmo's, right, Erasmo?
I
Amen.
got,
Pero
I got a fuller tan, guys. I got a fuller tan because it goes from here all the way back over here.
oh my goodness. So Carlos, what can you share with what you've seen in this election? You've been in other elections as well. You've been fortunate enough also, like Erasmo, to serve on the board before. What can you tell us about this election so far, the campaigning part of it, and since early voting started? The difference of this one compared to other ones.
Well, I tell you what, I this is totally different. I've never seen an election with so much power. And when I say power, it's the power of the BISD members, staff, parents. They have completely woken up. This is by far one of the biggest elections that I'm a part of where you have the most support. And the support comes because every individual, and I'm talking about not just staff, I'm talking about the parents,
Yep.
the city of Brownsville residents are standing up and saying, enough. We have had enough. We have had enough of this current board and this administration disrespecting the people we take our children to get educated. We are tired of the disrespect on a daily basis where these teachers are going home and they are breaking down, crying. And I'll tell you why. People say, why? Because my wife does it. She is an educator. She's a counselor for Rivera High School. And she comes over to the house and she breaks down because it's the amount of pressure that's being put on these individuals, not only between 8 and 5 or 8 and 3 or 7 and 3:30. You're talking about 24 hours of pressure because these individuals are not resting. They're not staying
Absolutely.
home and going to sleep. They are continuously getting up and working, and the demand to make sure that every child gets educated is by far the most I've ever seen anytime.
Yep.
These individuals are not stopping and taking breaks because you know what? The work is consistent and constant, and they are not being by the teachers at this moment in time.
And I completely have to agree with that. And what is amazing is because, as you all know, and we've mentioned before, we're the largest employee association in Brownsville ISD. But not only that, but we hear the concerns from the members and how tired they are and how overworked they are. But it amazes me when I stop by the camp. When I stop by the camp here and I see some employees that come and volunteer to help and hold a sign for you all for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, or whatever they can before they go back home or they get home and to do their work. So to me, that is amazing because they are beyond tired, but they still know the importance of this election and the importance of helping the right candidates. So that just like, wow, I'm in awe when I see the school district employees out here doing that. It's just so touching, to see the amount of engagement on their part. And like I mentioned earlier, we have, phone banking going on. So many people that are volunteering as well to do that and participate. So we have not seen this level of engagement. So that sends a strong message that, they are beyond tired and they are ready for some change, and they're willing to do what it takes. And we're organizing, we're finding out who has gone to vote, who has not, and following up with the people who have not, and the ones who have, making sure that they make contact with friends and family to get them out here. So this is definitely an election like no other.
Correct.
So
And Ida, and they are ready to start the healing process. Except this board continues to put their foot on their neck and demand more and more and more, and they continue to disrespect them on a daily basis. That is
yes,
what's disheartening because you know what? I am a product of BIZ. My child is a product of BIZ. They all are, and my wife continues to work there. But you know what?
yeah,
It's enough. A parent, myself, I am disgusted in the way the teachers are being treated. The disrespect. Not only that, they continue to bash them. They continue to take away from them. It's time that this board is voted out and the new board comes in and is the voice of every individual of the school district. It needs to
yes,
stop. And the voices and the concerns and the daily, support of every individual that comes in is they all say the same thing. We're tired.
yes,
We need change. They wish there was not another week of early voting. They
yeah,
wish it would have ended this Friday so we can get the school board back on track. That's how bad they want it.
absolutely, absolutely. We see it. So let's give an opportunity. We have another AOBE endorsed candidate that was just able to join us right now. Again, we apologize. It's on our part, the technical difficulties we're having. But this is Mr. Coach Joe Rodriguez that is with us. We see that you're out there at the polls as well, Coach. So we thank you for your commitment and all your hard work as well that you are putting into this campaign. So with that being said, what do you think about this election? What's the feeling you're getting, the feedback you're getting from the community? What do you think, Coach?
Well, before I answer that, I want to thank the AOB for the only legitimate organization to represent the teachers and employees of BISD. I want to thank them. And secondly, I want to call attention to the board members are in charge of all the budget, which is the largest budget south of San Antonio, which is compromised uh, more than the county of Cameron, the city of Brownsville and the city of Harlingen. All combined, we were entrusted with those $560 million budget, of which I asked for 3 times. I asked for different budgets, and somehow or another it came out to 515 million. I figured it out that none of the insurance was in there, even though they adopted a $360 million budget, and that's not really playing with all the cards. And I'm really saddened because we have come to that to where the board has lost their moral compass. It's unbelievable that that happens, taking money from people that you employ, such as the attorney, the president of the board taking money from the attorney given to him, and that's the truth because she did it in front of me. Asked him in front of me. She told him I'd vote against you unless you hand over some money to me, and that's unbelievable that those things happen. But coming to this election is different. It's a election, the virtual election where you're out here holding a sign, etc. You have people calling, and again, I'm thankful for the AOB for what they've done. They're the only legitimate. The other two organizations in BISD, they pocket the $10 or $15 they take away from the employees, from the bus drivers. They never do anything for them, really, in reality. And what they want is to be paid 40 hours for not working, which is against the law. I mean, you can't do that. We understand that the employees are minimum wage people, but they're paid minimum wage. We pay them for washing their buses, etc. There's all kinds of things that are going wrong. And again, I repeat again, the school board has lost its moral compass. I mean, they've added over $1 million in 4 salaries to the administration. We're losing 1,000 students a year. We've lost 4,000 students in 4 years. I mean, so things should be going down. They should keep their promise of lowering the taxes 11.5 cents. That's what we promised the people. Not 8, not 9, 11.5, because that's what was raised. And we owe it to the citizens of Brownsville. Now, are they doing anything for the people that don't pay the taxes, that can't pay their taxes because they don't have a job, and they're charged 20%? 20%. It used to be 12%. It's 20% charge for not being able to pay your taxes. Imagine that. When are you going to get out of debt? That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Really, it's unbelievable what's happening to my lovely Brownsville. My wife and I dedicated 37 years, and she dedicated 30 to Brownsville BISD. We love BISD. You know why I love BISD so much? I'm going to be wide open for you. Because Brownsville gave a Hispanic guy to be a president to be honored by 2 presidents, one from Mexico and one from the United States. They helped the person to be the president of the Athletic Directors Association, which was the first president out of Brownsville. Now, to answer your question, we appreciate everything, and this is a different election, a different mode. People are very nice. They're helping each other here. It's unbelievable. I try to come in the morning, the afternoon. Of course, I'm an elder statesman. I can't be like these young bucks that are out here for, 12 hours a day doing, but this is how much they're interested in getting elected. Board members don't get paid. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a duty. I've been honored to be a board member for 19 years in Brownsville, BISD, and 15 at South Texas. And I've never been complicit in wrongdoing, and that, maybe that's why people, keep supporting me. I hope you vote. And if you voted for somebody else, go out and get somebody and vote for Joe Rodriguez.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. And we are honored to be able to support, endorse, and support, wonderful candidates that we see the work amount that is going into this campaign. I mean, it doesn't just show with the tans that you guys have. Anytime you stop by here, you drive by, you see these candidates out here, and that is amazing because you guys are here all day long, and it is very difficult to be out here. So we thank you, and we are honored to be able to endorse hardworking, committed people that are willing to serve, not for themselves, but to serve for our community and stuff. So,
Let me
Giovanni, let me know, Giovanni, if you have any
let,
questions.
let me in. Yeah, okay, go ahead, Giovanni.
If
Well,
me,
I don't have any questions so far.
Monday? I'm sorry.
I don't have any questions so far.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Somebody's phone. So
Go
hold
ahead.
on. So now we have another AOBE endorsed candidate that was able to join us right now. He is also out at the campsite. He's stepping obviously into his vehicle or somebody's vehicle right away to speak for a few moments. Mr. Frankie Olivo is the other endorsed candidate from AOBE. So we're talking about the difference on this election compared to the other elections or campaigns that you have seen. Now I know this is your first election that you are officially running in, but you've supported other candidates before. But what can you say about what you've seen in this election so far with the amount of people? I mean, we're talking record numbers that we're seeing here. So I know we everybody asked you that question, but what can you quickly tell us about this election that you have seen?
You are correct. This election is one like no other. Cameron County, the city of Brownsville, BISD elections in particular have had record numbers thus far. I believe we're already at a little bit over 20,000, if I'm not mistaken. You know, we have been here for a week and a half, and the amount of people that have been in and out of the public library, honking, stopping by, bringing us food, there's something in the atmosphere. We feel something that the community has been that has been resonating with the community. You know, a lot of turmoil has occurred within BISD, and I think everybody as a whole is kind of fed up. We have promised and are promising and have been very vocal about transparency, and that's a word that gets so loosely used on and off. But that's something that we're going to bring. We have a platform in which we come on every night at 9 p.m., and that's something that has been beneficial to our community. So the response, Aida, Giovanni, has been amazing thus far. You know, Aida's correct. I've been part of several campaigns. This is my first official as a candidate, and I've heard, you know, people have told me about the ups and downs, about the struggles. And let me tell you, it was all that and more. But what makes it worthwhile, guys, is people coming to keep us hydrated, making sure that we have food. We have had food for days. It's amazing the response that we've gotten from our community. But that just goes to show that they want us to be out there, you know, fighting for them, being vocal, and that's something that motivates us. You know, to me, it's worth more than gold to have our community come out, honk their horns, throw us a thumb sign. So all in all, it's been a great turnout, record numbers, and we expect a very, very good turnout for our AOBE candidates come November the 3rd.
Absolutely, because we are not stopping yet. We're halfway there. We're going to continue reaching out to people, continue making plans on what they're doing and when are they going to get more people to come out and vote. So with all of that being said, just a quick question to each of you. We'll start with you, Carlos. What is it that, because we are in as everybody has said, we're right now going through you know, uncharted waters right now. We're seeing the most difficult times for all types of employees in BISD. What is it that you are going to do differently? Okay, and try to be a little bit you know, specific on what you're going to do differently once you are, because you, all four of you will be, God willing, on the board. But once you are a BISD board member, what will you do differently to help the employees during this pandemic?
First and foremost is going to be their safety. We need to bring the medical experts to come in here and evaluate our plan, which there is none. So it's going to be easy for him to do that. And if he feels or the team feels that there's things that need to be done, then we'll make sure that they are done, because we cannot have, you know. And let me get to this real quick. I went to Stripes across the street in the morning. We did get here pretty early every day, and I saw an employee of the district, and I made real quick conversation. I found out that she was an employee, and I'm not going to say where because I don't want a retaliation towards her, but she says I'm I'm happy. They tell me that I should be happy to have a job, and I immediately, you know, was disgusted with the answer.
Hmm.
Yes, she should be happy she has a job, but that's not what they should be telling your employee. She should be happy she has a safe job to go to. And so the safety was not included when they gave her that statement. In other words, you should be happy you have a job. Stop complaining. No, they should be happy they have a safe job to go to. And so that is going to be one of my priorities is to make sure they have a safe job to go to, right? And second is the
Absolutely.
respect. Regain and give back the respect to the employees, all
Yeah.
employees, right? And thirdly,
Yes.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to make sure that we get the step increases back on the compensation plan that they took away from the individual from every employee. They've taken away your safety, they've taken away your respect, and they've taken away the money that you deserve. The step increases
Yes.
that many people before us fought to get them, and they took
Absolutely.
them away like that.
Yes.
The only way
Yeah.
we can get them back to you, Ida, is if we have the four individuals sitting at that seat. That's the only way we can get those back to you because the majority of the people that are there took them away from you. So you need
Yes.
to go in there and make sure that when you look at your ballot, regardless of where you're at, whether you're AOB, TBEA, or best, remember who took away my step increases, who took away the respect, who took away the safety. That's how you should make your choice, and not make your choice because I know that person or I kind of like them or because my friend told me to vote for them.
Yep.
That's how you should make your choice. And the choice is clear. We have been very vocal on those three steps. And the fourth is to build the Performing Arts Center for every band, every fine arts student, every choir student. Those are the promises that we bring to the table.
Awesome. Awesome. And I think that was one of the things we have also shared concerns on all of those things that you hit on exactly like that. That compensation plan that so much money was invested into for TASB to come in and review and all of that. It was a big slap in the face, and we have not been happy with that plan. And we are definitely going to continue to fight on that to have that corrected, because that compensation plan is not equitable across the board, especially to your tenured employees here at BISD. So that's good to hear that those are the things that are on the top of your list that you are going to do different once you get on the board. Now, I'll go to you, Frankie, next. What is it that you would want to add to that?
I totally agree with Carlos.
Totally agree with
We do have a
Carlos.
contract
We
with
do
our
have a
community
contract with our community
on those 4 points that were previously mentioned. Those are promises that will be fulfilled once we get on November the 3rd. One thing I do want to stress is that our superintendent has been lacking that voice, that decisive leadership that we have been so desperately needing in our district since March or April. One thing I'm going to be an advocate for is for him to be more vocal. I want the whole district, our whole community, to be on the same page, and that means that I want the superintendent to have weekly press conferences in English and Spanish. That way, we are all on the same page. We heard from parents, from employees, worried about the first day of school, not knowing what to expect or what is the proper procedure for the hotspots for logging in with teachers. There was so much confusion as to that, and it all leads back to the direction and leadership of our superintendent. That is one thing that I will strongly focus on. I want our superintendent to be more decisive. I want him to be more vocal. Our community deserves that. We have been very vocal on our platform, but he, as head of BISD, he's running a Fortune 500 company. We as a community deserve to hear it from Dr. Rene Gutierrez. That is something that we need to focus on. We all need to be on the same page moving forward. And also, I want to focus on. I'm going to be focusing on special education. For far too long, we have overlooked that department, and that is something that I'm passionate about. And it's something that our community so desperately needs, for us to focus more on our special needs students. That is something that we will continue to be fighting for, and we will do that on starting November the 3rd.
Awesome. Now, Coach, because we're losing daylight here, and but what can you add to that these gentlemen haven't already said?
I think the public is not being informed correctly. I mean, we have not everybody has a channel to the school district. Actually, we made a survey, and there's only about 8% of the people that have that. So we're not being informed, and we're getting mixed messages from the principals and the superintendent. I mean, consequently, somebody not putting the word out. Why doesn't it go through the public information director? And the same voice out there, which is the superintendent. This is what we're going to do. I hear the superintendent says one thing and the principal do another. We have to coordinate, especially in this time of danger. Everybody's in danger. You have people, teachers that are afraid, and the students, of course, they need direction from the adults. They need direction from their teachers, from their parents. You got to be the voice that's a voice of reason that gives them support, because they're also comprehensive. They're not scared because they're 15, 16, 17, don't know the dangers, but you have to tell them the dangers. You have to tell them to wear a mask. That's what keeps you safe, when you're around people. Remember the 4 W's: wash your hands, wear a mask, and watch your distance. I mean, that needs to be put down to the students and everybody around, the teachers, adults, likewise. I mean, but the school district, which is the largest taxing body in the county and largest taxing body south of San Antonio, needs to have their information and put out to the public the same words. Are we going to have school? Yes, we're not. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. And Carlos pointed out the most important thing is the safety of the students and the employees that we're in charge of. We have to make that our priority. It has to be that. That has to be. Can you imagine being a teacher or being a principal or somebody and directing somebody and they lose their life? Can you imagine that? And that's what's going on, not only here in Brownsville, all over the country. We need to take command and be the adult in the room in this district.
Yes, and absolutely, you're correct on that. So that's good to add on that. So I'm going to quickly move into one of the next topics. As you are aware of, we initiated a petition for a vote of no confidence on Dr. Rene Gutierrez, because again, going back to being the largest association in Brownsville ISD, we had quite a bit of issues and concerns that kept being brought to our attention. And we're talking about, this during this pandemic, a lot of important things are at stake here, especially the lives of our community, our students, everybody. So we felt that there was quite a bit of things that Dr. Rene Gutierrez was not doing properly here. And a few being of what you all mentioned, the lack of proper clarity and communication with the employees. He has gone into the habit of sending out messages through administrators' meetings and not putting things in writing and things like that. So we have, it's sad to say, but we just don't have the confidence that he has the leadership ability to be a superintendent in a district this size, so we were able to get over 1,200 signatures on that. And we're not done with that. It's just that we're focusing a lot on the election right now because this is a very important time. But we intend to bring this forward and bring it to the board for discussion to see what is going to be done about that. What is your input on that? How do you feel about how the community sees Dr. Gutierrez, and what can you do as a board member once elected? What can you do to change that? I'll start with Frankie this time.
Sorry about that. Yes, regarding the vote of no confidence, it is apparent that our superintendent has lost the support from employees, from the community. For far too long, we as a district, leadership there at the Glass Palace on Price Road has not adhered to the wants, the needs, and to the safety of our community, and that is not acceptable. One thing that is very important is for us as a board is making sure that we set goals for our superintendent to meet. That's proper PPE, making sure that we are all on the same page in terms of communication. But that is not acceptable. Moving forward, once we're on the board, we're going to make sure that our superintendent adheres to the community's needs and wants. I think that is very important as a leader to do. You cannot surround yourself with yes people, because that is not the proper foundation in order to guide a community, to guide a district. So one thing that we are going to be focusing on is setting goals for our superintendent. If he cannot meet them goals, then we'll look what legal avenues we have in terms of that. But it is very apparent. Also, there was not too long ago where principal signed an award for the superintendent. We got so many messages where they said that they felt ambushed, that they did not want to sign. But again, we have the fear of retaliation within BISD, that you will be blackballed, you will be singled out if you do not fall in line. That is not acceptable. We are living in an age where now that is not going to fly. We are very excited and confident about this election, and we know that once we're on that board, all that's going to change, and it all starts November the 3rd.
Awesome. So, we got Mr. Erasmo back. Real quick, Erasmo, we'll let him answer a question. Erasmo, with the vote of no confidence we have initiated on the superintendent, what is your feel on that? What would you do to support that and change the different things that we addressed on the vote of no confidence?
Well, let me say that to begin with, it's not an AOBE vote of no confidence. See, that's where a lot of individuals get things a little bit blurry. It's not an AOBE vote of no confidence. It's a community vote of no confidence, because for far too long, the sentiment of the staff has been suppressed to the point where a lot of individuals, they have fear about speaking up and letting individuals know, what their sentiment is, what their feelings are, out of fear of retaliation. So, we have actually, discussed, what the contract for community would look like in regards to bringing back the administration to actually work for staff and community, instead of them expecting for it to be the other way around. We have requested that there be a little bit more communication, a little bit more inside participation in regards to the individuals that are stakeholders in this district, something that has not been happening. We've asked, again, what's on y'all's vote of no confidence, we've asked that there be a little bit more, more accountability in regards to a lot of the actions that the administration and the lack of planning and responsibility for the lack of planning that has transpired in the past 7 months and is transpiring even to this day. So again, one of the things that we need to understand, it's not an isolated, a one association type of vote of no confidence. It is a vote of no confidence from the community. And let me tell you, one of the things that's going to mark this as a community-driven vote of no confidence is the election. Guys, it's very, very simple. For everyone out there in the community, anyone that agrees with how they've been treated, what has transpired in the past 7 months, then it's going to show in the polls. It's that simple. If that's the type of administration you want to move forward in this next 4 years or 2 years, then make your voice be heard. If you do want something different, if you agree with a vote of no confidence in regards to all the points that were touched on in the resolution, then please not only go out and vote, but bring other individuals out to the polls and vote, and let your voice be heard, where there is absolutely no fear of retaliation in the ballot box.
Yes. And let me correct myself on that. Yes, you are right. It is not just an AOBE vote of no confidence, even though we did initiate the petition, but it was obvious where the community was also reaching out and sending a clear statement. So it's not just AOBE members that signed on it, but if you are interested in signing this, and if you feel that Dr. Gutierrez is not being held accountable as superintendent, this is something that you can go to our website, which is myaobe.com, and sign that. And like I said, because we need some change and we need him to be held accountable. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a free ticket for him to get a payoff. It's not about that. It's not about letting him get away with things. It's about correcting the issues and the things that he is doing wrong. So with that, because we are about to lose battery on the main phone, and we're going to end up cutting off. So I want for each of you to just say something quickly to all the employees of BISD, to send out a message in closing of what can you tell them during this difficult time? And just if each one of you can just say a few words on that. Coach, we can start with you. Si quieres.
Okay, real quickly, I've never bought out a contract. At the same time, I'm not going to charge the citizens of Brownsville with $800,000 in debt. I mean, that's unbelievable what the superintendent is getting. I mean, so which is makes him the highest paid superintendent south of even Houston and Dallas that doesn't get that kind of money. So we need to work on that. Like I say, you don't have time for me to explain the situation, but I've never bought a contract out. I'm not going to saddle the citizens of Brownsville with that kind of money.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. Carlos, what do you want to say to the employees and the people out there that are going through, trying to hang on during this difficult time? Carlos, you're muted. You're muted.
Let me just tell you something real quick. Do not give up. The win is within the next 13 days. The win is within 13 days, guys. You guys have stood there, stood strong, and been taking this abuse since March. All we need from you guys is about 13 more days. Do not give up, guys. Do not quit. Do not retire. There is change in the horizon. The change is coming. November 3rd, you will see that there is better things coming for BIZ employees. Stay strong, steadfast, and make sure you guys go out and vote. Take everybody to go out and vote. This is an election that you will win on your own, BIZ. BIZ alone controls all elections in the city of Brownsville. You must understand that the power you hold with your votes is unbelievable. And that's what they're scared of. You have realized that now because of the abuse that you're going through. Make it stop. November the 3rd, guys.
Awesome. Okay, Erasmo, what do you want to say? Send a message out there to the employees and the people in the community in regards to the difficult time.
Guys, everyone out there, please be patient. Carlos made mention of it. Couldn't have said it any better. I've gotten calls from individuals crying, working for the district that fear for their life, they fear for their families, and they want to give up. They want to quit. Same sentiment as Carlos, guys. The goal is close at hand. Guys, please be patient. Hold on. Protect yourself in regards to wearing the proper PPE as much as possible. Distance social yourself. Use your sick days if you must. Guys, be patient. We hear you. We hear you like that. We hear you every day. I mean, I've talked to individuals that have, wanted to take their own lives. Even guys, be patient, be calm, protect yourself. After November the 3rd, everything changes. Something that I've said to the community, I'll say this again,
Guys, we have passed on the baton to you. We are out here cheering you on as you do your due diligence in regards to effecting the change that is so much needed for the district and for the community. You must come out to vote. You must bring your family and friends out to vote. You must check once, twice. You got to take your list. You're checking it once, you're checking it twice. You got to make sure that everyone that you know, everyone that you have contact with via text, via phone call, via the comadre next door, everyone has gone out to vote. If they haven't, you need to take them out to vote. Guys, it's on you guys. We that it will be used in order to use the change. But guys, those are your seats out there. They are your seats. We are only the instruments that will be returning the seats that have been held by these individuals and placed back in the hands of the community. The government for the people, by the people, and of the people. So, guys, please, as I said, the job is not over. The job will be over November the 3rd. We keep on working.
Absolutely. We got to continue to push hard, guys, on all of this. And just remember, these people that we are pushing for, that we're endorsing, we really need everybody to go out there and push for each and every one of them. Okay. And we plan to hold this new board accountable as well. So we thank everybody, and we're about to lose battery. So thank you so much for taking some time, Giovanni. Thank you so much. And on Sunday, we need to promote really quick the parade. We will be doing a car parade to encourage people to come out and vote. That will be this Sunday, correct, Giovanni, at 3 p.m.?
3 p.m.
Okay, and it is starting where?
I don't have those details yet. I believe it will be in Bronzeville.
Okay, I believe it is starting at HEB on Central Boulevard, Walmart. Is it Walmart? Walmart on Central Boulevard parking lot. Okay, so at 3 p.m., decorate your cars. We'll be giving out the maps with the route there. And we hope to see everybody out there, and you will have your opportunity to vote at the end of the car parade. So again, thank you so much, Giovanni. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for everything that you do for public schools. And good night, guys.
Yeah, see you Sunday.
See you Sunday. That's right.